Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of March 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, Gemini, I'm going to be using my Groovy Weight Tarot deck. This is one of my all-time favorites. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider Waite Tarot deck, and then we will close out your reading, Gemini, with a Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle card. This is a brand new deck that I'm working with, and I'm really excited to share it with you, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it at the end of the reading. Let me go ahead and turn off my ringer on my cell phone. And I apologize if you hear some background noise, but I do have my washing machine going. I'm doing laundry today. But hopefully it's not going to be too much of a distraction. So Gemini, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. I'm feeling very calm, very balanced, very focused. So I think that's good. That means I think that's how things are going to go for you in March. At least that's my first guess. But we'll see. We'll see what the cards say. So, okay, let's go ahead and see what else shows up for Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021. And yep, just by looking at your cards, looks like you're going to have a pretty stable start to the month of March, which is really, really good. Now, looks like work is going to probably slow down just a tad, but I don't think that's anything that you need to worry about. From what I'm seeing here, it looks like it's something that really has nothing to do with you, personally. Could be the cycle, the nature of the particular work you do, or it could just be maybe, seasonal stuff. But when all is said and done, things are going to work out really, really well. Very, very well, I should say. You've got two of the most positive cards here. You've got the Ten of Cups and the Sun. That's pretty good. So, like I said, we've got some things slowing down as it relates to work and your money. Even if you're watching certain investments, things could take a dip probably in the first week of March. Again, don't be alarmed, because when all is said and done, things are going to work out and they're going to balance, and you're actually going to be a little bit better off than you were before, Gemini. And I can say that very clearly. We've got the Judgment card in the reverse. Now, Judgment means some decisions are being made and you have no control over those decisions, but they do affect you very deeply. Now, this, because we're talking in the context of money, work, business, I have a feeling that a lot of this Judgment card energy that I'm picking up here is definitely going to be some decisions that are going to impact you financially. Now, this is not something you have to worry about, because again, this is not anything you have control over. This is something, that happens to all of us, and you're just going to have to kind of be proactive in a way. You're going to have to really figure out how you're going to make things work, or how you're going to protect yourself, or how you're going to protect your money. Or the thing to do probably would be nothing. In that case, maybe you just ride it out and you just kind of figure out how things are going to work out best for you as you go through it. Okay, you're just going to have to maneuver your way through. Now, we have the Eight of Cups here, which means that there could be something that you decide to walk away from. Could be a job, could be a relationship, could be a deal, maybe an investment, maybe a project that just you realize this isn't really quite what I thought it was going to be, or it's not in alignment with the future that I'm creating for myself. If you do feel like that intuitively, don't hesitate. Go ahead and walk away, because it's going to work out for you, okay? Next, we have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords means that sometimes we don't let go of things in the proper timing, or to the degree that we need to let go of something. Again, these two cards could be related here. But when all is said and done, it's going to work out beautifully. It's going to really, really really going to be something to celebrate. But back to the King of Swords. Sometimes, we know we have to let go of something, or we know we need to stop or discontinue or cut something off, but we don't really follow through. I'm picking up a little bit of that for you in the first week of March, Gemini. So pay attention to what needs to be released. Pay attention to what needs to be let go of. Obviously, there's a financial connection to this because that's the context of how we're doing this reading. So there's something that you need to stop that's costing you. It's costing you money, first and foremost, and it's probably costing you time, attention, and energy as well. So pay attention to the things that need to be let go of. And I have a feeling you'll get some clarity on that once we actually do move into the new month. All right, Gemini, so it looks like we've got a really good start so far to March. Let's see what else shows up for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of March 2021, what do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? I got a little bit more cards here than I was expecting, but that's okay. We will go with it. We will go with it. Okay. All right, Gemini, so as we move into the second week of March, looks like you're going to get some news about something is going to probably be eliminated, is the word that I'm getting with this Page of Swords here. And it's interesting because the Page of Swords fell onto the King of Swords. This is something that has to be let go of. So it looks like if you don't make the conscious choice to remove or let go of whatever this is, looks like it's probably going to happen to some degree on its own. And what's interesting too is I feel like this is something work and business related. There's either a relationship, there's a job, there's something going on with whatever it is you do to bring in income, and things are definitely going to change. Things are going to change to some degree. Now, I don't think that this is necessarily anything negative because this is in the upright position. And this is really jumping out at me. I know we've got other cards that we're going to talk about, but this is really jumping out at me. And this is going to be something positive. This is going to be something good because it's in the upright position. Also, it's next to the Knight of Pentacles, which means there's some type of financial support coming through. Somebody shows up for you in a very big, powerful way, which is exciting. And someone supports you financially. Now, this could be someone literally giving you money, or maybe someone giving you advice, giving you insight, maybe giving you information about something that helps you either make more money or protect your money. All right, but let's start here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Be careful about being too overly generous, being too overly giving. I know sometimes we all get caught up in that from time to time where, sometimes we overgive or we over-deliver in a situation where that is not warranted. So pay attention that you're not overextending yourself in any way, especially financially. There's nothing wrong with helping someone, but we don't want to do so at the expense that we're hurting ourselves or that we are taking away from our own needs in order for us to thrive and to take care of our families and so forth. Now, we also have the Ten of Wands here, which talks about burnout, sometimes taking on too much responsibility, or taking on the responsibility of other people. Again, this could have a financial connection as well, because if we say, hey, we're taking care of our bills, but now we have to take care of, say, our children's bills, or our family member is coming to us for financial help. There's only so much we can do, Gemini, and you're really going to have to establish some boundaries to protect yourself. Again, especially as it relates to your money. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This goes back to not being frivolous and not being too careless with your money. Now, I know sometimes, Gemini, sometimes you get these moods of, oh, I'm doing this. This is where I'm at. Let's have fun. Let's spend money. And then you have other days where you're like, no, I'm the conservative saver. I'm not doing anything crazy with my money today. And I think that's just part of your nature, you know. But you're going to have to pay attention that you are being very careful with your money, and you're not, I'm not saying don't have fun, but you just really have to be very, very mindful of how you spend, when you spend, and even where you spend, you know, with certain people or with certain organizations or stores, whatever the case may be. Make sure that you are thinking through every purchase, every type of investment, every type of, you know, anything where there's an exchange of money or even an exchange of energy. Make sure that you're paying attention, that this is something that is going to be beneficial just as much to you as it is to the other party. Now, we also have the Ten of Pentacles here, which talks about group work and collaboration. So again, you're probably going to be working with people, several people is what I'm seeing here. And this all could be related. I wouldn't be surprised if this group thing, group project, group business, could even be talking about co-workers, colleagues, team members, even people in your household working together in a harmonious way to work towards a common goal. You know, everybody wants to come out ahead. Everybody wants to win financially to some degree in some way. Now, the other thing which has been coming up really recently in a few of my readings is this card has been signaling Bitcoin. The Ten of Pentacles, you know, because, you know, they're the coins, and I had 2 readings where this card indicated Bitcoin. So for those of you who are investors in crypto, for those of you who are really into Bitcoin, you know, maybe now might be a time for you to kind of look into it, or at least learn about it and see what some of your options are. Now, I'm not saying, this is not financial advice, and I'm not telling you to buy Bitcoin, but for some of you, this is going to be relevant, and this is something that you should at least research more and educate yourself and see, you know, maybe this is something that could work for you. All right, let's go ahead and see what else shows up for you, Gemini, but things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty exciting. I also want to say, too, that not everything is going to resonate with everyone. You know, there's nothing wrong with cherry picking, you know, parts of the reading that do really intuitively you feel like you jive with, okay? You know, I'm not going to be offended or upset if you say, well, not all of the reading, you know, works with me, because I get a lot of comments and messages about people saying, well, that didn't apply to me, or, you know, I'm retired, I don't work, so, you know, this doesn't work for me. And I understand everyone's situation is different, but like I said, the way these readings are structured, you can, like I said, cherry pick what feels like, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to, and then other parts of the reading where maybe, you know, you just have to ignore it. Okay. All right, Gemini, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth. Finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of March 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? Ooh, it's getting exciting. Okay, Gemini, you've got the Page of Pentacles. This is good news coming in as it relates to your money. Knight of Swords, this means things are moving quickly. Things happen very, very quickly. Something is rushing in. Something is really moving and shaking, and you don't have time to waste. You really got to harness the energy and the timing on this and use that to your advantage. Good news as it relates to money once we hit the second half of March for you, Gemini, okay? You're going to get some positive information, some exciting news, an exciting announcement that has a financial benefit to you in some way. Now, this doesn't mean that it may, you know, the payoff might not be at this time, but you'll get the information at this time, and then who knows, maybe you're going to say, hey, you get a refund, or maybe you're getting a raise and it kicks in next month, whatever the case may be. Around this time, once we hit the second half of March, look for that good financial news coming your way. And again, it's going to be very timely. Now, this could mean that, there's something where there's a deadline involved, or it just means that you have to act quickly in order to get the best version of whatever it is, right? Don't waste time. Don't sleep on anything. When it's time to act, make sure you take action and you make that move. Now, we also have the Queen of Swords. This is talking about insensitivity. Now, the Queen of Swords, sometimes she's overly sensitive, or sometimes she is very insensitive, right? That's the energy that she kind of shows up with from time to time. And because this kind of fell on this group collaboration here, pay attention to your feelings, and don't necessarily give a lot of credit to people who are highly emotional around you. Not that you have to ignore it, but at the same time, you don't have to take on everyone's emotions, because everyone is going to be highly charged when it comes to money and when it comes to their financial situation. So just use some discernment and good judgment, and understand that, all that matters is how you feel about your financial situation. And that's, what you can control. And you're going to do your best to kind of eliminate all the emotional, mental noise that people are throwing at you, because they will, especially when you're working in a group setting. Next, we have the Fool here. Looks like a brand new adventure is starting. Now, this is interesting too, because let's say this card does represent Bitcoin for you. The Fool talks about being very, 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 very curious, but also very inquisitive, to the degree where you are asking a lot of questions, and you're learning, and you're really trying to figure out what, how this is all put together, how things work. Could also be the start of a brand new journey. So if you are moving into the crypto community, well, there's a whole new world that you're going to hopefully be excited about and learn and get involved in. We also have that good news coming. Remember, the Page of Swords also is some good news about something probably being discontinued to some degree. This could be something here where you definitely want to explore and really feel your way through it and see, okay, how does this apply to me, and what am I going to do with either this information, or what am I going to do with this new opportunity? Again, do your best to not feel pressured or rushed into anything, but at the same time, don't be too naive and just assume everything's going to work out, right? It's like you have to really learn, and you have to really take your time and not feel like, oh, this is something I have to do because everybody's doing it, right? Now, I know I said here, don't waste time, but at the same time, use the time you do have to make an informed decision before you just kind of jump ahead blindly without really fully understand what it is you're getting involved in, or what it is that you are putting your money into. Next, we have the Five of Wands. This is the card of communication. If there was a strained communication between someone, looks like that's going to resolve itself by the time you hit the second half of March. Okay, there could have been maybe you had an argument with someone, maybe you had a disagreement with a coworker or a boss or something. That's going to smooth itself out here, okay? This card is telling me that strained communication finally becomes easy. It finally gets worked out. Both parties agree that, hey, we're gonna have a civilized discussion going forward. Finally, we have the King of Wands. This means somebody at your work or somebody in your professional life is paying attention to you. Someone's got their eye on you, and this is in a good way. You could be considered for a promotion. It also could be that someone's really admiring the work you do, and they just are really paying attention to what you're doing. And like I said, this isn't a bad thing, but it's like you have to understand that this means that your good work and your talent and your skill is not going unnoticed, that you are being recognized, even if it's not expressed verbally. Understand that somebody is paying attention to you, and they are watching what you're doing, and they're very impressed. Okay, Gemini. Let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021. Okay. Now it looks like you may be taking a trip, Gemini. Now there's two ways I can see this here. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords, which usually means travel or going away. There's distance involved, right? So this could be some type of travel that you will be taking. And the reason why I say that is because we have the World card right next to it. These two cards together usually indicate some type of international travel. And if it's not necessarily you doing some international travel, it could be your business, your work, your investments, are working with some type of international tie, maybe an international company or corporation that you're doing business with, or maybe it could be someone internationally that you partner with, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a really good experience because both of these cards are in the upright position. Now, the other thing that this could be is this could be that you are distancing yourself in some way, Gemini, from your current, environment. You could be taking a business trip. You could also be maybe transferring to another location, maybe another office somewhere. That could be in another state, could be in another country. It could also be, too, that maybe you're just taking a vacation. You're taking some time off work and you're deciding to kind of get away for a little while. Maybe do some international travel or just a road trip. Whatever the case may be, just know that the underlying word, I guess, for this is a distance, right? There's going to be some type of distance involved. Sometimes that could even mean that maybe you meet someone from another country or another state or whatever, and you decide to partner up. You guys decide to start a business or even a professional, networking relationship, whatever the case may be. The possibilities really are endless, but this is all exciting and this is very good. Next, we have the Six of Wands, which means all eyes are on you. This is you receiving some type of recognition, Gemini. Recognition, accolades, attention, social media clout, being featured maybe on TV, online, in a magazine, on the news, whatever the case may be. This is you showing up in all your glory and being seen for the world to really appreciate and just really kind of fawn all over you to some degree. Now, the nice thing about the Six of Wands is that usually when this card shows up and someone's getting a lot of attention, it's usually welcomed attention. And this is very good because this is definitely going to help, especially if you have your own business. Like, let's say, you get featured on the news and, they mention your business or your website, and suddenly you got all kinds of people coming to your website, wanting to buy your product or your service, whatever it is. This is definitely going to be something good where either you or your business gets some type of attention, and it definitely helps sales. It helps your business grow, and it really helps you grow too, personally and professionally. Now, there's some things we do have to pay attention to. We got the Nine of Wands here, and the Nine of Wands talks about that you could be worried or stressed out or anxious about some things. Now, the Nine of Swords fell onto the Fool card, which again fell onto our group collaboration card, which is also our Bitcoin card. Now, the Nine of Swords talks about maybe you're feeling a little worried about some things here. It could be the group project you're working on. Maybe it's keeping you up at night. Maybe you're feeling anxious or you're feeling kind of stressed about it and you're not sure if it's gonna pan out, or you're worried that maybe you made the wrong choice. The thing about this is you probably won't have the answer right away. You're just going to have to wait and see. And you're going to have to trust that things are still going to work out in your favor no matter what happens. Now, remember, this is just your interpretation and how you're feeling. It doesn't necessarily reflect what truly is going on in this situation. It could be, maybe you just don't know, and that's what's causing you a little kind of, anxiety or stress or worry. or even feeling discouraged, or whatever the feels are. So right now, there's probably not going to be much you can do it at this time. So you're probably going to have to just trust and stay positive and stay optimistic that things will eventually work out, or you will know what you need to know if you do need to make a change or you do need to do something different. You're going to have to just trust that you will know when that will be, and that you will know what action to take when you need to take it. Now, the Three of Wands is all about postponement and future planning. This is happening a lot in almost all the readings, because we still have some, pandemic stuff we're dealing with. We also have some uncertainties as far as what our economy is doing. So a lot of people are still kind of hanging. So many of us are putting future plans on hold, and I think that's pretty understandable, considering what many of us are dealing with. So don't feel discouraged if you have to put some personal plans on hold, or maybe change some future planning, or maybe some of your business or work plans don't pan out. Maybe they get delayed or even canceled to some degree. Just know that, again, that's not anything you can control, and that you're just going to have to, do the best that you can do in that situation. And again, just know that this is temporary, and it's not going to be like this forever. Eventually, things will turn around, and you will be able to, move forward in your life without any type of, limitations or restrictions that we're all dealing with currently. So Gemini, you've got a pretty rock solid month here. It's really, really good. It starts off pretty strong. The second half of the month really kicks in strong as well. And you are dealing with some things here and there, some small challenges, but I don't see any huge setbacks. And I really do see you, kind of moving forward and blasting ahead in a very powerful and strategic way. All right, so let's go ahead and close out your reading, Gemini, with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. Like I said, this is a brand new deck that I'm working with this month, and I'm really, really liking it. What I like about the cards is that they are very straightforward and very easy to understand and apply. And you can see the artwork is very beautiful too. So Gemini, you got card number 6, which is the card of intuition. You are learning to embrace and trust your inner knowing. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about here. And I think that once you understand that your intuition really is guiding you in the right way all the time, I think you're going to feel a lot more confident moving forward. Right? You're not going to second guess, and you're not going to worry, oh, did I do this wrong or whatever. You're just going to have that trust and that inner knowing that everything is okay, and you're doing the right thing right now. All right, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. And I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.